What is up, everybody? Happy Father's Day. Today, I wanted to talk about baseball players I think are worth collecting right now that in years down the line are going to be great investments. We'll break it up into three categories. First, guys who, if they retired today, are most definitely going to make the Hall of Fame. Then we'll look at players who are on a good track and have a good chance of getting in. And last, we'll look at guys who are young and playing at a high level, and if they keep it up, have a chance to make the Hall of Fame. Now, obviously, time will tell on these guys, but these are just my opinions. I'm not asking you to collect anybody or telling you to collect any cards in particular. I'm just showing you who I'm buying and who I think will be good in the future. Okay, so real quick, I just want to talk about a stat called WAR. It's wins against replacement. If you have a career WAR of over 80, there's never been a guy who's had a WAR of over 80 and not made the Hall of Fame. If you're over 70, it's very likely that you're going to make the Hall of Fame. There's only been a couple guys who have done it. And then if you're over 60, you're looking at about a 50-50 chance. You're going to need some hardware to back it up. So the first guy we're going to look at is Max Scherzer. We'll start with some pitchers. He's got a career WAR of 72. He's an 8-time All-Star, 3 Cy Young Awards, and he's over 200 wins. He's got a World Series win to back that up too. When he retires, he's going to get in. Justin Verlander, he's got a 77.9 WAR, 246 wins. He's going to get to 250. He's still playing. He's still doing pretty well. He's got 2 World Series wins. He's a 9-time All-Star. He's got the Triple Crown of pitching, which means you lead the league in wins, ERA, and strikeouts. And he's also a three-time Cy Young Award winner, and he's got an MVP to back it up. Clayton Kershaw, career WAR 78.5. He's over 200 wins. He's got 205 wins. He's got a World Series title, 9-time All-Star, Triple Crown of pitching. He's got 3 Cy Young Awards, and he has an MVP. Still pitching. He's only 35. We'll see how long he holds up, though. And then last pitcher, we have Zach Greinke, 77.4 career WAR. He's definitely on the tail end of his career. He's not pitching the best anymore. But he does have 224 wins, 6-time All-Star. He's got 6 Gold Gloves and a Cy Young Award. So let's move on to a couple hitters. Miguel Cabrera, definitely a shoe in the Hall of Fame. Although his career WAR is 67.3, he's got all the hardware to back it up. He's won the Triple Crown, which hasn't happened in a long, long time. He's a 2-time MVP. He's got 4 batting titles, 12-time All-Star, and 3,000 hits, 500 home runs. Checks all the boxes to get in the Hall of Fame. The last active player who I think is a shoe into the Hall of Fame is Mike Trout. You know, he's only 31 years old. He's got a WAR of 84.4, which is already ridiculous. He's got 364 home runs. He should definitely be creeping on 500 home runs, if not past that. He's got 10 All-Stars. He's a 3-time MVP. The only knock on him is he has not won a World Series. So we'll see. Hopefully he could do that before the end of his career. Okay, Dex, we're going to talk about guys who have a possibility of getting into the Hall of Fame. These guys have been playing for about 10 to 15 years, and we're going to take a look at them. But real quick, if you want to catch all my videos about card collecting and making money, buying and selling sports cards, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I put videos out at least once a week. All right, so let's get into it. The first guy we're going to talk about in this category is going to be Aaron Judge. He has a 39.3 WAR, which isn't really that high, and he is already 31 years old. But he hit 62 home runs last year. He's up to 239 for his career. And if he keeps up, hitting 40, 50 home runs a year, it won't be long before he's in the conversation. He's a 4-time All-Star. He was the Rookie of the Year, and he has an MVP under his belt. Okay, Nolan Arenado. He is 32 years old. He's got a career WAR of 53. He does have 312 home runs. He's a 10-time Gold Glover and a 7-time All-Star. A couple more years at that level, and he will definitely be in the Hall of Fame, so he's on a pretty good path right now. Paul Goldschmidt, 35 years old. He has a 60.6 WAR, 326 home runs, 4 Gold Gloves. He has an MVP, and he's a 7-time All-Star. He does probably need to play a little bit more to get into the Hall, but as it sits right now, he's looking pretty good if he could sustain for a little bit longer. All right, next up, Mookie Betts. What could you say about Mookie Betts? His WAR is already up to 59.2, and he's only 30 years old. Six-time All-Star. He's got a batting title under his belt. He's won 2 World Series, 6 Gold Gloves, MVP. He plays at a really good position for WAR, shortstop, and I mean the guy's almost a shoe in if he just keeps playing at the same level he is. Even if he tails off a little bit, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Now the last two guys are very similar to each other. They both came up within a year of each other. We got Manny Machado, 6-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glove. He had a really good year last year. His WAR sits right now at 52.8. He's almost to the 300 career home run mark, and he's only 30 years old. So he's going to need to do a little more before he can get in there. He's not a very liked player, and I will tell you right now, his cards are very undervalued. So right now might be a good time to start collecting him for the future, if you believe in him. And then the last guy on this list is Bryce Harper. He's a 7-time All-Star. He's got 2 MVPs under his belt. He's been injured this year, but he's come back and he's doing pretty well considering. He did win a Rookie of the Year. His WAR's a little low, 43.2, but he's still in pretty good position, being only 30 years old. He's at 288 home runs, and if he has a few more good years, he's going to be in there. All right, so the last list of guys, they're way too early to tell if they're ever going to make the Hall of Fame, but they're real exciting guys. They're great superstars right now in the making, and I came up with 9 names of guys that I collect. Actually, the first one I'm going to tell you, I don't really collect anymore. We're going to number them down starting from number 9. Number 9, I have Fernando Tatis. Probably would have been ranked a lot higher on this list if he didn't get popped for PEDs. I don't really collect guys who've been in trouble for that reason, just because it always affects their chances of making the Hall of Fame. But he's definitely worth mentioning. At 24 years old, the guy's a superstar. He's got 95 home runs. He's got a 291 career average. He's got an all-star under his belt, and he plays shortstop and right field. So with the team he's on, the Padres, they're going to be winning some games here in the next few years. All right, number 8, I have Bo Bichette. I feel like he's definitely undervalued. He's 25 years old. He's led the league in hits the last 2 years, and he's leading this year. So if he did this year, it'd be his third year in a row. He's got some power in his bat too. He's got a 300 lifetime average, and he's just a good hitter, and he plays on a good team, so he'll get a lot of looks. All right, coming in at number 7, we have Yordan Alvarez. He's 25 years old. He's a clutch hitter. He plays in the playoffs. He won ALCS MVP. He has a World Series champion under his belt. He won Rookie of the Year. He's got 115 home runs. He hits for average and power. He's got a 293 lifetime average. And the guy's just a home run machine. I don't think we've even seen what he's capable of yet. I think 37 is his highest season so far, but this guy's going to be hitting 40 home runs every year. And number 6, I've got Wander Franco. He's young. He's 22 years old. He's got a 288 lifetime average. He's already racking up on the WAR. He plays shortstop. It's a position where your WAR can go up fast. He's already at 10. He's kind of showing us something this year that we haven't seen. He's starting to steal a lot more bases. He is fast. He's a great defender, and I think the power will come with him. But I don't see him being a big home run guy. Maybe a 20 to 30 home run a year guy. Coming in at number 5, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The guy's still super young. He's 24 years old. He's won a Gold Glove. He's been a 2-time All-Star. He finished second in MVP voting. He had 48 home runs. He was right behind Shohei Ohtani, and I understand why he didn't win, but that just goes to show that he's going to be there year in and year out. He's kind of down right now, but he'll be back. He does already have 113 career home runs at age 24, so he's definitely someone to keep an eye on. I feel like his cards are fairly cheap right now too. Coming in at number 4 is Julio Rodriguez. He won Rookie of the Year last year. You know, he got an All-Star in his first season, and he's only 22 years old. He finished with a 7.7 WAR as of right now. He's super fast. The guy is lightning around the bases. He gets all over the outfield, and he's one of the best defenders in his league. He's just awesome in the outfield, and he may have been ranked higher on this list, except for he's only had 1 year. You know, he's in his sophomore slump season right now, and he's starting to come out of it. But I think he's going to be great over the next, several years and throughout his career. And coming in at number three, I've got Juan Soto. You know, he's already accomplished so much for a 24-year-old. He's in his sixth season. You know, he broke out at 19 years old. He won a World Series. You know, he's won a batting title. He's a two-time All-Star. He's just so fun to watch. You know, his WAR is already racking up too. He's at 25.7. And the thing that sets him apart from anybody else, and you could look back in history, is his on base percentage and the amount he walks. It's just off the charts. You just don't see it from young guys like that. Usually that starts to happen later in the career. And to boot, he's already sitting at 136 home runs. This guy's just going to have a monster career if he could stay healthy. Coming in at number two, and it was hard to put Acuna in front of Soto, but I think you got to give it to Acuna right now. He's just playing better than Soto. They're pretty similar, you know, in age. Acuna's only 25 years old. He won Rookie of the Year. He's a three-time All-Star, and he's about to get his fourth this year. He's leading the league in votes. And again, like Soto, his WAR is really high, 21.3 in only his sixth season. The guy steals bases. He led the league in stolen bases a few years ago, and he's leading the league this year. He's a five-tool player. He's just great all around, and he's sitting at 135 home runs. The guy's going to be a force to be reckoned with for years to come. And coming in at first place, how do you not give it to Ohtani? You know, the guy, he is 28 years old, but he's just doing everything. He's already won an MVP. He's probably going to win another one this year. He's just absolutely raking the ball. He won Rookie of the Year. He's got two All-Stars under his belt, and he's going to have a lot more. The guy hits. He's one of the top hitters in the league, and he's one of the top pitchers in the league. His pitching, he's got a 680 winning percentage as a pitcher and 150 home runs as a hitter. And his WAR is already at 29.4. And it's been a long time since anyone's done what he's done. He's been compared to Babe Ruth so many times throughout his career. And it's with good cause. You know, the guy's amazing, and he's so fun to watch. And I wish him the best. And anyways, those are my guys. Those are the guys I'm collecting. Let me know if you think I left anybody out. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.